Okay, we'll start on the long side of the mat and work through some goddess poses. I'm going to slide back. This camera seems awfully close today. Let's come to a wide leg stance today. Find a space that's comfortable for your legs. Maybe just start moving the hips from side to side, spreading out your feet nice and wide on the mat. Settling in, paying attention to what you're bringing to the mat today. And start to focus on your breath. You can rest your arms to the side. Grow your spine nice and tall. Eyes are closed. Bring that breath in through the nose and out the nose. Seeing if you can notice how much your body starts to settle in and calm down using only the breath. On the next inhale, we'll focus on the entire length of our core and see if we can expand it from our belly to our throat on the inhale. Inhale, expand it nice and wide and pause. And exhale slowly, contracting the stomach muscles to push that air out. Expanding the entire chest cavity. Exhaling slowly, really trying to get that exhale twice as long as the inhale. You might feel yourself getting a little bit of lightheadedness, bringing all of this oxygen in. We'll take a couple more deep breaths here and we'll add our arms. Okay, on our next inhale, we'll push our arms up as if we're lifting a barbell, pushing them up, really stretching out the spine, creating space between each vertebrae, reaching our fingertips clear up to the ceiling. And then let's pull it down on an exhale, bringing in a squat. And pause here. And push it up on an inhale. Reaching up a little bit higher. See if you can create space between each rib of your rib cage, between each vertebrae. And on an exhale, pull it down. And hold it in a squat here. Strong arms. Start to feel some heat building here. Pushing it up on an inhale. And pulling it down on an exhale. And I'm going to separate my legs a little bit farther so I can get a little bit deeper into this goddess pose. My feet are out at a 45-degree angle. My hips are pushed forward. Glutes are tight. Torso extended. Pushing up on an inhale and pulling all the way down as far as you can go on an exhale. And we'll pause here. And then push up, inhale, pull down, exhale. We'll do 8 of these. 8, 7, 6, 5. Always with the breath, inhaling up, exhaling down. 3 left. Last one, and then we'll pause in the squat. And let's see if we can get these arms nice and strong, our hands nice and wide, Push those hips forward, finding that long breath, and release it, push it up. And with the wide leg, we'll come to a forward fold. Trying to keep our legs straight. Lifting the sitting bones up. And then lean to the right side. We'll create a nice stretch here on the left inside hip. Always returning to the breath. Come to the left side, stretch out that right hip. And let's return to a wide leg, forward fold. See if we can come a little bit farther into this fold. Really work on straightening the legs. If you need to have your hands up on your legs for this, you're welcome to do that. Really working on trying to keep the legs straight, lifting those sitting bones up, high as you can get them. And then lower to a forward fold. This time, tuck that chin into the chest. Straighten the legs a little bit straighter. Lift the sitting bones a little bit higher. Bending the legs, returning to a goddess squat here, nice and wide. And we'll do 8 more, pushing up, inhale, pulling down, exhale, pushing up, inhale, pulling down. 6 more. Last one, and then we'll pause in our squat one more time. And we'll hold it 3 or 4 breaths here. Really try and get low into the squat, squeezing the glutes. 1 more breath and push it up and release it. Okay, let's shake it out a little bit. And we can come into some of our warrior poses. So we'll start with our Warrior 1 series. Warrior 1, our left leg, we'll bring that to the front, and our right leg is to the back. Both of our feet are on railroad tracks, so they're both facing the wall in front of us. We can drop that back leg a little bit farther. Now let's lengthen the spine, pull the shoulders back so you feel some tension between your shoulder blades. And inhaling, reach the arms up. You can find yourself coming in this pose a little bit farther, making sure that the left knee doesn't go over the left toes. We'll hold it here for a moment. See if you can really stretch out that right calf. Returning to the breath. And step forward to the front of the mat. Shake it out and step the left leg back. So Warrior 1 on the left side. You step that left leg back, push the left heel to the back of the mat. Try and get that low to the mat. Right knee stays behind right toes. Torso is tall. Find a little bit of tension between your shoulder blades. Inhale, lift the arms, reaching them forward. So really push out from the fingertips as you lift them up. Concentrating on the breath. Tucking your navel tight to the spine and pulling your pelvic floor up. Two more breaths here. And step forward. Shake it out to release it. I'm going to turn my air down a little bit. And we'll come back to a warrior one on the right side and do a lunge from there. Okay, so standing nice and tall, stepping back with our right leg, pushing those hips forward. You should feel a nice stretch on the front of this right hip. Drop your right heel to the mat. Inhale, lifting the arms. And we'll drop our right knee directly low or straight down so we can do some lunges coming straight up, straight down. So we're lowering it straight to the mat down and lifting it up, straight down, lifting it up. Let's do 8 more. 8. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. 6 more. Really reach those arms out. Last one. And step forward, shake it out. And we'll drop our left leg back into warrior one. We'll try and keep that torso coming straight up, straight down as we come into these lunges. Inhale, reach the arms out and up. And exhale, lower that knee and lift it up. Okay, 8 more. 8, 7. See if you can straighten all the way up. 6. Straighten that right leg as you come up. 5, 4. Strong arms. 3, 2, 1. And up, step forward. This time we'll come from warrior one to warrior three. So we'll step our right leg back, coming a little bit farther back into the mat so we can balance over the mat. And we'll step our right leg back into warrior one. And we'll bring our elbows and our knees in, and then pendulum forward to warrior three. So it looks like this. Squeeze it in, and then push the leg back, the arms forward. Really trying to create a parallel line with your torso and the floor. Okay, so now that we have done that, let's do it together. Standing here straight, nice and tall. Drop this right leg back. Find your warrior one. Arms are up. Glutes are closed tight. And we'll tuck our elbows and knees in on the exhale. Okay, so inhale, exhale to tuck. Now shoot it straight forward, straight back. And really try and get your torso parallel to the floor. This is great for balance, great for strength. And if you're brave, you can close your eyes for a moment. See if you can hold the pose that way. One more breath here and release it. Shake it out. Same thing on the left side. Okay, we'll step that left leg back, step it back. Finding a nice strong warrior one here. Torso is tall, chest is open, arms are strong, reaching out and up. We'll inhale, and on the exhale, we'll tuck. Inhale, exhale to tuck, inhale to stretch. Trying to find that balance. Takes a lot of mental work. Okay, release it. We gotta try that one again. Okay, right leg and left leg, we'll do the same thing again. Okay, stepping the right leg back, finding our warrior one, and we'll tuck the right knee in and the elbows in on the exhale. Inhale, exhale, tuck, and then push it forward. Let's see if I can get a little more steady this time. I let my mind wander at all. I lose balance. One more breath and release. Okay, last one on the left side. It also helps to find a drishti, which is a point of concentration on the floor about 6 to 8 feet in front of you. So you can add that to this one if you haven't done that already. Okay, standing up nice and tall, we'll drop our left leg to the back of the mat. Find that height in our warrior with the tall spine. Inhale, bringing the arms strong, reaching up and forward. On the exhale, we'll tuck in. Inhale, tuck, and push forward. One more breath here and release. Okay, shake it out, maybe grab a drink, and we'll work a little bit more on warrior 2 and maybe some more options for warrior 1. Let's take a warrior 2 with our left leg forward, our right leg back at a 45-degree angle. If you can, spread your legs to the entire length of the mat or find a width that is comfortable for you. And then our arms come out, trying to keep them parallel to the floor. And then we gaze over these left fingertips. Just feel the strength in this pose for a moment. Really working on strong arms, trying to get this chest open completely to the long side of the mat. So we're actually working on stretching into the neck, into the spine, building strength in the core, tuck that navel in, strengthening into the legs. Now we're going to rotate windmill back so that our right hand slides down our right leg, and we'll reach up to the ceiling with our left. Again, tucking in the core, tucking in that navel, reaching those fingertips as high as you can get them. And then we're going to windmill forward. So windmill our arms all the way forward. And we'll straighten out that front leg. So our both arms are straight, both legs are straight. Really open that chest to the wide side of the mat. One more breath here, and then we'll return to warrior 2. Come back up, arms parallel to the floor, and we'll gaze over our front fingertips. Maybe we can lunge that front leg a little bit deeper, holding a little more strength here. And we'll try that rotation one more time. So we're going to rotate back, sliding our right arm down, our right leg, reaching the left fingertips up. So you should feel stretching from your left hip to your left fingertips. Trying to be as still as possible here. And then we'll windmill our arms. Straighten both legs. And if you have a block, this is a good time to use a block if it's difficult to come fully into this pose. So you can rest your hand on the block here. Then you still get the straightening, the strengthening of the leg, the stretching of the arms, and it accommodates less flexibility. Okay, come back up. Back to our warrior 2, nice and strong. And then we're going to rotate and face the wall behind us. So our right foot is facing the wall behind us. Left foot is back at a 45-degree angle. And we're going to come a little bit deeper into this, keeping that knee below the toes or behind the toes. arms come straight out, finding some real strength here, opening the entire chest to the entire length, the long length of the mat. Really twisting into the neck, getting some good stretch in there. Tucking the navel in. Okay, now we're going to slide the left arm down the left leg, reaching up to the ceiling with our fingertips, stretching clear through the arm, the ribs, into the hip. And we'll windmill the arms and straighten both legs. And again, you can have this block here to rest on, or you can come a little bit farther into the stretch. So these are all working on strength and balance and flexibility. So these warrior series are really good. Okay, windmill back. We'll find ourselves back to warrior two. And we'll do that series one more time. So we'll hold warrior two. See if you can come a little bit deeper into that lunge. Straight arm, left leg, or left arm slides down the left leg. And we'll reach up. Really reaching, pushing up, tucking the navel in, legs and the arms, trying to open your chest to the long side of the mat. One more breath here, and then we'll return to warrior two. And we can step forward, shake it out. And we'll do one more series with the warrior two. So left leg faces the wall in front of us. And this time we're going to lift our right leg up and drop our left arm to the floor. And it will look something like this. And then opening up our chest to the side here, okay? So find your warrior two, and then we'll step forward. All of our weight will go onto our left foot, and our left arm comes to the mat. Okay, inhale, all the weight comes to the left, bringing that left arm down. And again, you can use that block if it helps you here. We really want to create a straight parallel line from our torso through our leg with the floor and open our chest completely to this long side of the mat. Really try and raise that leg up higher. Tuck your tummy in. And then both hands come to the mat, keeping that leg lifted. And we'll lift this leg up, trying to lower ourselves far into a forward fold as we can, really straightening this left leg and lifting this right leg as high as we can get it. Remembering that breath. Let's exhale. Return to a standing pose, shake it out, and we'll do that series on the opposite side. So this right leg comes to the wall behind us. And we're going to bring our right arm to the floor. Bring that block in front of you if you need some help getting closer to the floor. So find warrior two. And now all of our weight is going to go to our right leg. And we'll lift the left leg up and lower our right arm to the mat, lifting that left leg. We can lift our arm here. Remember, we're working on stretching here, balancing, and strength. And now rotate towards the back of the mat. And we find ourselves in a leg lift. So push your chest closer to your knee and lift this left leg up. One more breath and release it. Then return to a standing position. Shake it out. Loosen those legs up a little bit. And then maybe we'll come back to our goddess and do a little bit of goddess work here again. For 3 series, we'll start with tapping our elbow to our knee, then our leg and our arm go out, and then our leg and our arm go forward. And it's pretty easy once we get started. I'll show you real quickly. So right elbow, left knee, left elbow, right knee. And we'll do 8 of those. So we'll start that way. So starting your goddess pose. Inhale, exhale, tap. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This time our arm and our leg go straight out. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, toe taps. Right hand, left toes. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Come down to goddess. We'll hold it for a couple of breaths here. And release. Okay, we'll come down to the mat. Might want to grab a drink real quick. And we'll come to table pose. Stretching into the spine a little bit. Inhaling as we lift the space between our shoulder blades, or exhaling as we lift. Inhaling as we open. Really push the chest in between the arms here. Trying to stabilize that low spine. It's going to take me a minute to get my breath back. At your own pace, lifting and lowering. Keeping your elbows tucked. And then let's reach our arms out for an extended puppy. Give ourselves a nice good stretch here. Bring your forehead to the mat for some centering and some grounding. And release. Okay, we'll work on stretching into the back of our hamstrings. So lying on our back. And if you'd like to, we'll be having our leg up. So if you can reach it with your hands and keep it straight, do that. If you need to use the strap to pull it in, this is a great time to use that strap because we'll really do some stretching work into the back of our legs. Okay, let's start a little bit with some spine openers. Arms out to a T to the side. And let's cross our right ankle over our left and twist to the left, gazing to the right, really pressing that right shoulder into the mat, lifting the right hip up and pushing it to the left and release. Go into it one more time, twist to the left, gaze to the right, And release. Cross the legs, left leg over the right. Twist to the right, gaze to the left. And release. Twist to the right, gaze to the left, and release. Okay, right toes or right heel on top of left toes, and we'll twist to the left, gaze to the right. Twist to the left, really working on keeping that right shoulder pressed into the mat, gazing over the right fingertips. And we'll work through these spine openers really quick. And release. Inhale, twist. And release. Okay, this time our left heel on top of our right toes, twisting to the right, gazing to the left. And release. Twisting to the right, gaze to the left. Release. Okay, the inside of our right foot velcros to the inside of our left knee. And we'll twist to the left. Inhale, twist to the left. Left toes are pointed, right shoulder pressed to the mat, and we're gazing over our right fingertips. And release it. And twist. Pressing that right shoulder to the mat, and release it. Okay, our left, inside of the left foot velcros to the inside of the right knee, twisting to the right, gazing to the left. Pressing that left shoulder into the mat. And release. And twist. And release. This time our right foot crosses over the left knee. And we'll twist to the left, and our right foot will slide out from underneath the knee as we twist. Inhale, twist to the left. Let that right foot slide out under the knee. Press the right shoulder into the mat and gaze over the right fingertips, pointing the left toes. And if you're interested, reach down to that knee with your hands and press it into the mat. See if you can really get relaxed here, using that breath to just soften everything. One more breath. And release it. Our left foot crosses over the right knee. Left shoulder stays pressed to the mat. We twist to the right, pointing our right toes, letting our left foot slide out from under the knee, gazing over the left fingertips. And if you're interested, reach down with your right hand to your left knee and press it down a little bit farther into the mat. One more deep breath here and release it. Okay, we'll raise our right leg straight up, straight as you can get it, as high as you can get it. Maybe you need to adjust a little bit into your back to make sure you're nice and square, and we'll cross our right leg over to our left hand, keeping it as straight as we can. Inhale, and on the exhale, twist. Okay, now this is going to take a little bit of work here. So trying to keep our right leg straight, our left toes are pointed, our right shoulder is pressed into the mat. And if your flexibility allows it, reach down and grab those toes, and you can pull them up a little bit higher. It's really more important to keep this right shoulder pressed into the mat and your left toes pointed than to be able to get completely crossed over with a straight leg. And release it. And we'll take 2 minutes to lower our leg to the mat. So square yourself up here, pull your kneecap into your thigh, flex your heel, and let's lower this leg See if we can take 2 minutes to lower it. You might not even notice that your leg is moving at all. And I'll try and keep an eye on my clock. Again, keeping that leg nice and straight. Your navel is tucked in to your spine. Leg as straight as you can get it. Check to make sure that it's coming straight down from the hip, that it's not coming out from the side or crossing over. Trying to keep your arms relaxed, your fingertips soft, your face soft. All of the work is coming from your core and your legs here. And when you've reached the floor, you can let yourself lie in Shavasana for a few breaths. Relax. Then we'll work on our left side. Let me get my timer here. Okay, lying on your back. Make sure that your hips are squared to the mat, your shoulders are squared, that your body's in alignment. Arms are out to a T, raising this left leg. And we're flexing the heel. We'll inhale, and on the exhale, we'll twist this left leg to the right hand, trying to keep it as straight as we can get it, and pressing the left shoulder into the mat. Straightening our right leg, pointing our right toes, pressing our left shoulder to the mat, gazing over our left fingertips. And if you're interested, reach down with your hand, your right hand, and grab your left toes. You can pull them up just a little bit. One more breath, and then we'll release it, and we'll take 2 minutes to lower it. Inhale, and let's release it. Straighten that leg up, make sure your body's in alignment, and start lowering it. Flexing the heel, pulling the left knee into the thigh. Tucking that navel in nice and tight. Seeing if your brow is furrowed or if it's relaxed. Your eyes should be closed, resting gently in the socket. Your navel's tucked in as tight to the spine as you can get it. Kneecap pulled into the thigh. Left heel flexed. Right fingertips just resting lightly to the mat. We're about halfway there. Really make this second half count. Using the breath to settle yourself into the pose. A lot of times we think that it's muscle strength that gets us to do something, or flexibility, but it's the breath, it's the oxygen that we're putting into our body that allows our body to work and to move. And if we're depleting our body of the oxygen, then our muscles are fatigued and we're less capable, less able to do what we're asking our body to do. Okay, we're there. Make the last couple of inches count. And then you can pull your knees into your chest for a knee press. You'll want to grab your strap for this next one. You can wrap your foot around it, or you can grab down as far as you can on your leg. I'm going to try this with the strap, just so I can show that. So wrap the strap around the arch of your foot, straighten your leg as straight as you can, and you want to always keep your elbows tucked in tight to your body. And we're going to pull our straight leg in to our chest as close as we can get it. And we'll just hold it here for a moment. And then let's see if we can bring it in a half an inch farther. Working to discomfort, never to pain. And then relax it. You can bend it, rotate the ankle a little bit. And then let's pull that leg in one more time. Inhale and pull it in. See if you can find yourself in it a little bit farther. Really work on the mental work of stretching, sending messages to those muscles and ligaments to loosen and to relax. See if you can pull yourself a little bit farther into it. And release. Okay, we'll pull that in one more time so you can bend it a little bit. Give it some flexibility. And inhale, exhale to pull it in. Focus on softening the face, softening the breath, relaxing the leg. Keep bringing it a little bit further. Okay, release it. Pull it in. You can do a knee press here. And then we'll work on the left side. And then we'll work on our scorpion. Okay, right leg is straight. Left leg is straight up from the hip. You have your strap wrapped around it, or you're reaching down onto your leg as far down as you can go. Inhale, and on the exhale, press that leg in a little bit farther, really working on straightening that knee. You might notice some shaking going on here. These nerves waking up. There's so much tension that collects, and the less we bend and stretch into these areas, the tighter they become over time. Okay, release it. And let's pull that in again. You can really create some muscle work in your upper arms too by pulling and flexing your arms as you're holding it here. And let's release. And then we'll do one more. Really release mentally on this pose. I notice myself just shaking here. This left leg always does that for me. Okay, release it. Bring the knee into the chest. And we'll work on our scorpion. And I want to show you a few tricks for it. I don't know how well my camera angle is going to work with this, but when we come to the scorpion pose, so the wall is going to be in front of me, but I want to show you this forward position. I want to find the space between my elbows so I can put my right hand to my left arm, my left hand to my right arm, and that will give me a good gauge at how close to keep my elbows together. Or you can place a block in between your elbows, and that will also give you a good space. My shoulders are a little bit more broad, so I'm out a little bit farther from the block. So the block is a good measure, or just reach in from side to side to know where you have that. Your fingertips are going to be touching the wall. And then just like we do in our dolphin pose, so if the wall is in front of me here, my fingertips are going to be right up touching the wall. And just like in dolphin, we'll lift our hips and we can walk forward a little bit. And then we want to kick up, and we'll kick our feet up to the wall. And the trick of this is not holding yourself in the pose, it's getting yourself up into the pose. And I wonder if this wall is going to be the best wall for me to be able to show you. And I can bring this around maybe to show you a different angle here. Sorry if that's making you a little bit sick. And we can mess with this afterwards. I like to put a little mat. If you've got a carpeted floor, that'll be good, but I like to put a little mat up against the wall. So Corey, you can put your mat close right up against the wall. Again, I'm going to find that space between my arms here. My fingertips will face the wall. They'll touch the wall. I have my space here. And then I'm going to lift my hips, and I'll walk in a little bit closer and kick up to the wall. And once you're at the wall, you can just stay here. But I have a feeling it's going to be a little bit of work just kicking up onto the wall. So we'll try this a few times. So let's work through it, and I'm going to talk you through it. And then after class, I can help you with a little bit more if you'd like to. So fingertips are coming to the wall, and we're finding that space between our elbows, so you can place the block there so you kind of know how far. Your head does not come to the mat because you're just up on your forearms here. So we're going to take our hips, lift them up, going to walk forward a little bit. And now most of my weight is balanced on my forearms. And then it takes quite a strong kick to get yourself up to the wall. And then once you're at the wall, the goal is to put your feet flat to the wall, so you're arching your back. And then you can tuck your head in closer to the wall. Okay. And then you can just come down gently, just like a feather. Takes a lot of strength to get up into this pose, but it also just takes feeling it that one time, and then you're able to do it a little bit better once you know what your body needs to do. And then just that muscle memory kicks in and you know how to do it. Okay, so let's try it. Let's see how much time we have. Let's try it one more time. And we'll stay up into it as much as, well, for a little bit longer. And then if you're still trying, just continue to keep kicking up. Or another time, if you're trying, you can also have somebody assist you once you get your feet kicked up so that you can feel what it feels like to be up to the wall. So Hillary, I'll be interested to hear how you do on this one. Okay, fingertips to the wall, elbows separated, lifting the hips, walking forward and kicking up to the wall. And if you're able to get up to the wall, see if you can lift your head up away from your shoulders. And you can also bring your legs down and press your knees to the wall, or straighten them out, and it will create more flexibility in your body here. But these are all kind of circus tricks that you can do, but it's really fun to do the work that it takes to strengthen your body to get up into those poses. So that's our scorpion. be sure and tell me how that worked for you. But we have about 7 minutes left, so maybe we'll work on a cobra flow so we can work a little bit more into some strengthening that we need to do. I don't know where this camera goes now. Sorry about having to move that. Maybe we can do, let's do crow. I think we'll do crow. And then if we have time, we'll do some cobra flow after that, because crow is really good to get us up into that. And I'll also show you a headstand from crow. So Hillary, this will be a good one for you to work on also, to practice getting into the headstand and doing it from crow. So separate your knees, find that space between your knees, bring your torso right in there and tuck it right in there nice and tight. We're going to put the weight of our shins on the back of our upper arm. See if we can squeeze into this a little bit farther. Really want to find a nice cozy space in here. Palms to the mat. And we'll come up off our heels onto the balls of our feet. See if we can get a little more comfortable here. And we're really working on getting the shins to press up against the back of the upper arm. And I'm coming up to my tiptoes. And my palms are to the mat, really pressing the palms in. And I'm lifting my feet off of the mat, all of the weight on my hands, on my palms, my fingertips, really trying to balance the weight of my body that way. Okay, so that's our crow. And Hillary, I think this is something that you can start working on. So we'll go up into a headstand. So I want you to watch this one, and then you can use this video to come into it again. Okay, so find ourselves in the squat again. We'll come back up to crow. Getting a nice balance here. Come into crow. Lifting our feet off the mat. And I'm going to slowly put the top of my head to the mat and straighten up my spine and lift my legs up from here. And you can come straight out of this onto your feet, or you can go completely in reverse and bring your shins back up to the backs of your arms. Back into this crow. Really push them back up, and then come back up onto your arms into crow. And it's been months since I've done this, and then come out of it that way. I might need to work a little bit more on that. So that's another little circus trick for you. Maybe we might need to stretch out spines a little bit more, so bring your arms out. And then coming to our stomachs. If you have a block or a box of crackers or something, you can bring that over your head. And we'll work a little bit on strengthening all of these muscles that support our spine, and really working on the small muscles that don't get a lot of everyday work. So flat on your chest, lace the side of your feet are down. We have our forehead to the mat. And let's reach out and grab a block or a box of crackers or a can of wipes, or just imagine that you have this block. And let's lift it up, keeping our forehead down, and press into that block. And notice those muscles between your shoulder blades and what they're doing. Then keep your toes and your heels together here. Continue to press your palms closer together. Lift your forehead off the mat. Straighten the arms. Push it forward and up. Lifting the chest up off the mat. Pressing those palms together and release. We'll do that one more time and we'll start with our swim work, and we'll be passing the block to the back, grabbing it from the back, bringing it forward and bringing it forward, and we'll work through that. So we'll lift our torso off the mat before we do that. So grab onto your block from both sides. Remember, we're always wanting to push that in, create resistance wherever we can. Forehead to the mat. Inhale, lift our face, our chest, our torso, and our arms. Bring them up, lift them up as high as we can. Now really press into that block. Push, push, push. And bring the right arm around to the back. Lift up a little bit higher. Reach around to the back and grab the block. Right arm comes forward, lifting a little higher, and left arm comes forward. Okay, we'll reverse it, but let's squeeze that block first. So squeeze it and take it from the left. Swim it to the back. Lift your torso a little bit higher. Come around and reach it. Lift a little bit higher, left arm forward, right arm forward. Really squeeze this block and slowly release. You can drop your arms for a little break here. And we'll do our relaxation from a cross-leg position today. It'll be nice and simple. I think we've done plenty of yoga today.
Recording in progress.
Danielle?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you been waiting to get in for a while?
No, just a few minutes.
Oh, dang it. Okay, we're just ready to cool down. So if you want to just do the last cool down, you're welcome to join us. But I do have that, I have it recorded, so I'll share it with you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Find our cross-leg position here. Taking some good deep breaths. Resting our wrists on our knees. We'll come into yoga mudra for 2 minutes on each side for the final relaxation. So let's reach around our back, grab our left wrist with our right hand, and with a flat spine and open chest, inhale and exhale, come forward. Maybe taking a little bit of extra time. We've really done a lot of work on the back today. You might feel some tightening and some tension there. And while we're resting in yoga mudra, working on bringing that heart rate back down, take a moment to think about your practice today and how you're feeling in your body, and create an intention for your day, how you want to show up. Really working on loosening into the hips. You'll notice that tension starts to build instantly in the hips. We just want to relax them. See if we can soften the legs, lower ourselves a little bit farther. Okay, let's release. Flat spine, opening up out of the pose. And if you need to, check your legs out a little bit. And then cross them with the opposite leg coming forward. With a flat spine, chest open, bringing yourself forward into the fold, really stretching into those hips. You'll notice more tension on your less favored side. Be patient with your body. Come forward here, allowing it to soften and relax. Taking a moment to really be present in your body, to listen to what it's saying, finding the areas that you need to work on, the areas where you're strong. And offering your body gratitude for the work that it allows you to do and for it showing up every single day. Okay, with a flat spine, inhale as you come out of the pose. Resting your wrists on your knees. Using that breath to find complete relaxation here. Maybe some fatigue. Hopefully some confidence in what you're able to do. And return your hands to heart center. And today I offer gratitude for joining me. And my wish for you today is self-satisfaction. Namaste. Thank you. I hope that was interesting and something that might challenge you and be something that you want to work on. And just remember too that those poses aren't the real work. The real work is everything that you do getting there, strengthening your body so that you're able to get to that point. So don't get frustrated if those are challenging for you, because the benefit of yoga comes in the work. So have a good Saturday. Love you all.